The Anheuser-Busch CEO, Brendan Whitworth, was on the CBS Morning Show yesterday morning asking all kinds of tough questions. The one that stands out to me on is, did the Dylan Mulvaney debacle, was that a mistake? He doesn't say it was. Okay. I mean, I guess when you're CEO, you probably can't, but this is what he said. I'm going to start here with cut 2, Daniel.
Given the moment we're in, this moment in America with trans issues at the top of a Republican social or conservative political agenda, knowing what you know now, if you could go back, would you send this can to this one person again?
There's a big social conversation taking place right now, and big brands are right in the middle of it. And it's not just our industry or Bud Light. It's happening in retail. It's happening in fast food. And so for us, what we need to understand is, deeply understand and appreciate, is the consumer and what they want, what they care about, and what they expect from big brands.
So this is a part of why you're getting it from all sides, because I asked you, would you do it again? And people on the trans rights side of things, supporting that community, want you to say, yes, of course. We want that fortitude. And people on the right would criticize you for saying yes. So where are you on the issue? I mean, was this a mistake?
You know, Bud Light has supported LGBTQ since 1998. So that's 25 years.
Wow.
And as we've said from the beginning, we'll continue to support the communities and organizations that we've supported for decades. But as we move forward, you know, we want to focus on what we do best, which is brewing great beer for everyone, listening to our consumers, being humble and listening to them, making sure that we do right by our employees, take care and support our partners, and ultimately make an impact in the communities that we serve.
All right, so Brendan Whitworth, if you're watching on YouTube's got a nice little suit on with no tie. Not a bad look, but he's wearing the sneakers with the suit, which I told you yesterday is a fashion no-no for at least for me. But here's the deal. So you followed what Larry Fink and BlackRock suggest, and ESG and ZEI scores and all of that, and you would do it again. So if you would do all of this again, and you've been doing this for a long time, then why did you fire Heinerschneid? If there's no guilt or like you know what, on second thought we probably shouldn't have went down this road, then don't fire people, right?
Yeah.
Stand by the guy that you fired, as well as our favorite frat girl, Alyssa Heinerschneid.
What's infuriating about this clip is just the corporate jargon speak that he's just like, it's just he's saying how people get ahead in become CEOs and how people get ahead in corporations is to say a lot of big words.
That's right.
And actually say nothing.
Which is why I can never do that role.
It is you talk yourself in circles, you say all the right buzzwords, and people think you know what you're talking about. And that's how a lot of CEOs operate.
But you know, he mentioned there, going back, that we've supported this community since 1998. You played some ads back in the 90s from Bud Light on this show. But back then, when they did it, they were funny, and it was dudes dressing up in dresses with mustaches playing pool. I think it might have been before 1998. I'm guessing that was like probably early to mid-90s, but they were funny. Now it's like this preachy lecturing and this force-feeding of an agenda, which I think bothers people the most. And he says, no, we're just going to sell beer. Well, then just sell beer. I don't need to. I don't need to know your political or social stance for any company, for any product. I either like your product or I don't. It either works well for me, or I can afford it, or it fits and it's comfortable, whatever it might be, or it doesn't. Let's just keep it simple. That's all I'm saying.
Brendan Whitworth, how much has this cost Bud Light? And he speaks without speaking here.
So how much is this marketing boo-boo, whatever you want to call it, costing Bud Light in the end, with the drop in sales?
I just said, what is
Did you make a boo-boo?
This marketing boo-boo. How much did this marketing boo-boo cost you guys?
By the way, this is CBS Mornings. This is not Nickelodeon. Marketing boo-boo.
But I love that he says marketing boo-boo.
I'm going to start this clip over, Daniel. So start it over here.
So how much is this marketing boo-boo, whatever you want to call it, costing Bud Light in the end, with the drop in sales, with the financial assistance, with the new ad campaign? I mean, you roll all that together, it sounds like tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
We're focusing on investing behind the brand right now.
Not
so
answering.
We're actually increasing the investment on Bud Light 3 times this year as we move forward.
I know you say you're moving
investing
forward, and I think that's the right attitude. I get it. But what was the most difficult part for you navigating? You've been CEO for the past 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. What has this been like for you?
A nightmare.
It's been what's weighed on me the most has been
It's been
as I
hell.
mentioned,
Your employees.
the employees.
A little more gray in the beard.
But you
A
are.
little more, yes, but I
point
think it's
out
been coming
that
for a
you're-
couple of years already, even before this.
Brendan, we should point out that you're a former United States Marine, and you were also at the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA.
Correct.
So you know a little bit about stress. You're still
Trying to make him, yeah. See, look. Let's. Some PR person put that in front of him and said, "Make sure you say this."
Yes. Well, Brendan, we do thank you for your service in the military. CIA, okay, so you're corrupt. You're a skunk. And now you're...
Can't say that.
Yeah, he probably...
It's
yeah, I don't trust him now.
I think it would have been a good question to ask him, what was tougher, boot camp? Where'd he go, South Carolina? He was a Marine?
Yeah.
Right, or is a Marine?
Yeah.
Boot camp or working for Bud Light?
Could you kick Dylan Mulvaney's ass? Probably.
Yeah, that's how he could cure it. Do like a mud wrestling thing.
Well, the whole thing is like 10 minutes long, so obviously I'm not playing that whole thing. But their whole defense is that we never hired her for anything.
Him.
Sorry.
Wait,
We never-
Heinerschneit or whatever?
No,
or
they gave Dylan they gave him whatever, a 1 can of Bud Light.
Yeah.
They just sent it to Dylan. And then she made the video of
But
it.
to kind of really...
Wait.
What?
They're saying that Dylan Mulvaney was never paid. That's a lie.
They're saying that it was 1 can of Bud Light that was given to Dylan.
And that they didn't pay this person as a spokesperson. That's bull.
I don't know if they
Unless
said.
they
I don't
sold them
know
on
if they said that
hey,
or not.
you're going to get a ton of notoriety. That's your compensation, which I find hard to believe. Because remember, one of their defenses was that it wasn't specifically the Bud Light CEOs or the executives. It was the marketing firm that they employed that suggested that. So they almost tried to say, well, don't blame it on us directly. Blame it on the middle person. Blame it on the middleman. But, I mean, to answer that actual question, since he didn't want to answer it in that clip, how's it going? And what have you lost? And where? I mean, it's July 4th weekend, and once again, they're doing the $15 free voucher. I mean, we're 4 months into this, and they still have to give away free beer on an American summer holiday. Where if they didn't do this, go back a year ago, you're an American, you're buying a 30-pack of Bud Light, you're putting it on ice, you're grilling hot dogs and hamburgers on your deck, and you're drinking Anheuser-Busch. And now a year later, a good amount of people probably won't do that.
If they're smart, they just give it away at events because they're already promising the distributor. We've done the story, to your point. We've done the story where they've said, hey, if you don't sell it to the distributors, we'll buy it back. So just start giving it away at events. Just give it away. Make sure you card people. But that's your marketing campaign. And do with, oh my God, Conan O'Brien. Remember when he was they were horrible and they received 0 ratings. They were so bad back in the day. And then they just started saying their motto was, oh, we can't get any worse. We suck. And then they got funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So have that strategy.
That's how some morning shows in Philadelphia feel right now. I've been told.
Not us.
No, not us. No, certainly not us. Yeah, they've taken the Conan approach. Let's embrace our suctitude.
Oh God, we're just.
I'm ready for vacation.
I don't know who that is.
We're going to go out in blaze of glory.
Text me.
You can find out. It's
All right.
pretty public. I can't reveal stuff on the air.
Oh, is it somebody in this building?
No.
All right, good.
Another company.
Okay.
Company.
I didn't know.
Yeah, anyway.
Anheuser-Busch, one more. CEO Brendan Whitworth says financial assistance is being sent to wholesalers and beer distributors impacted by the boycott backlash.
Oh, boy.
So to the point of what this is costing them?
Yeah.
An S-ton. Like that should have been the CEO Greg Stocker would have said, you know what?
Yep.
It was a bad idea. We fired everybody involved. We'll never do it again.
I've got a marketing campaign for Mr. Whitworth. I will give it to you after this clip.
Okay.
this new campaign, this new ad campaign is going to focus on the people behind the beer. They've faced, confrontations just for driving a Bud Light truck. If you're a distributor, you face confrontations for selling the beer. There have been bomb threats. The LAPD had to do a sweep through a brewery in Los Angeles, right? This is all happening. So when you have these conversations with these folks, I mean, I imagine some frank words are exchanged. They're upset. What do you say back, and is there any financial assistance to them?
Well, we announced a couple weeks ago or last week, we are announcing investment for our frontline employees and their employment, as well as financial support for our wholesalers.
Has that started?
That has started.
The money's going out.
Wow. Oh my God.
I have to say the quiet part out loud. This CEO is in way over his head, and he was a government worker. And he worked for the CIA and moved up through. He should have stayed a Marine a little longer, perhaps. But he has never worked. I don't think he's worked long enough in private enterprise. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah, he has been a disaster. He's going to be fired. I'm really sorry because learning that I didn't know he was a United States Marine and served our country, and I'm thankful to him, as you said, for his service. He doesn't know what he's doing. Well, and this is an example. Look at what he goes to. Oh, we're going to give. It's like the Biden administration. Well, we failed, so therefore we're just going to give out assistance. No, you need to be fired. You need to regroup, and you need better people to do the job of marketing beer, cold beer. That's all you have to say. Cold beer. It's good, and lower the price.
Bud Light, get your beer here. Bud Light. As those guys walk around the Phillies ballpark selling Bud Light.
But just don't even say Bud Light.
Nope.
Just say cheap beer, lowest price, and lower it to like $1 cheaper than anybody else, and make it so cheap, and just say cold beer.
Here's the marketing campaign that he should run right now. Since he is a Marine, for the rest of the summer, it's 3 words: vets drink free.
Brilliant.
Rest of the summer,
you're hired. That's good.
Vets drink free. So however you do it, whether it's with a prepaid gift card rebate thing, those little Visa cards you get, if you want to order it from Bud's website, have it delivered to your house, you get a little show your tag at a local bar, whatever. Any Bud product, rest of the summer through Labor Day weekend, vets drink free.
Perfect.
And then let's see, because as I've said, I won't buy Bud Light. But when I go to my fantasy draft in August, if my brother-in-law's got Bud Light and it's free and it's cold, I'm still going to drink it. I'm just not going out of my way to spend my money on them. Vets drink free.